Another set of posts that you put up have the hashtag dark persuasion. Another one that I find interesting. So out of all the stuff you post, I find those two types of posts. I always find those interesting. The laws of the game, and the other one is dark persuasion. Is that the same as laws of the game, or is that saying something else?
It falls in line with the laws of the game, and really what dark persuasion is trying to get people to understand is that, and what I was talking about before, if you got a basic move in basketball, really, if you got two good moves in basketball, you can always score. You need a move and a counter move. So once you understand that, if you understand that you can psychologically manipulate most people using fear and greed, you can always figure out how to get you some money out here. You can always figure out how to move people in the direction you wanted to move them on.
Hold on, you said that's a bar right there. You said if you can move people off of fear and greed, you can always make so fear and greed, right? So those are the two things.
Most people are in a state of fear or they're greedy, and they stay going between those two spectrums all their whole life. They either fearful of something or they greedy. Most cons work because people are greedy. Okay, if people weren't greedy, most cons don't work. The other cons work because you're fearful of something, so you allow yourself to be negatively manipulated because you're fearful. So what most people are running, and once you understand that, if you look at Trump used fear to manipulate people, but it was a fear they already had, he just tapped into it. Mm-hmm. So he didn't invent the fear, he took the fear that already existed and he tapped into it. Then there's also a spectrum of people that are greedy, and he's able to use them to go along with him. It's just fear and greed. So you don't have to be doing any complex marketing schemes if you just understand how to use fear and greed. What was the Popeye's chicken? It was a fear of being left out. The group is moving in a direction, I'm not moving in that direction, I must be missing something. When I was younger, I was always trying to run out in the street because I thought I was missing something. And it took me years to realize I wasn't missing nothing. For a long time I thought I was, so I kept going out there. I moved to one side of town, I would come home from something and ride all the way to the other side of town because I thought I was missing something. Because, and I thought, well, if I'm not here when something happens, I'd have missed out. And it took me a long time to realize I wasn't missing anything, but some people never get past that point. They think if the group is doing something, they fear that they're missing out. So once you understand dark persuasion, you just understand those two principles, you start to hone those two principles, and you don't have a moral dilemma about using that to get what you want out of people. You can always get what you want out of them.
Yeah, I had that same epiphany when I first went away to school, right? So, I was the same way. But then I went away to school and I came back home during break, and the same people were sitting in the same spots talking about the same things. And I'm like, I'm sitting here like, I'm missing out on what's going on in the hood. Not really, because y'all in the same spot. And the crazy part is, and not everybody, but some people, you go back 15 years later, they still on the same corners, the same spot, talking about the same things.